where today? Hello everyone and welcome to Interactive Productions, where today we are going to review SH Monsterarts, Mothra, and Rodan 2019 set. So, this is another part of the New Year's Eve special. I don't know if this is going to be the last one I'm going to film. I just got done filming the Godzilla 54 review. So yeah, I am at least planning for this one to go up after that one. I'm planning on that one to be first. But yeah, I think that this probably will be the last one that I do for New Year's. Figured I'd do the two SH Monsterarts release figures, I suppose, that I have. Um, but yeah, so got this one for Christmas from my parents, I suppose. I got 54 from my dad, and I would assume that I got this from my mom, maybe. I don't know exactly who got me this one. Santa got me this one. There we go. That settles it. But yeah, I am very happy about both of them. I originally wanted, originally I wanted to get the special color Biolante from SH Monsters, but it's like $300, and it's a down payment on Big Bad Toy Store, so yeah, kind of and it's a pre-order too for January, as well. So I wouldn't have gotten it for Christmas anyways, but yeah. So then it went to 54, and then I wanted Rodan and Mothra, but and my dad got me that one, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so box. I got this lovely box right here, Monsterverse. Got Mothra and Rodan, Godzilla King of Monsters. Mothra and Rodan, 2019. SH Monsterarts, and then the little blurb about SH Monsterarts. Oh, shoot. Legendary Toho, 65 years of Godzilla, now 66 years. That stuff. Tamashii Nations quality sticker. Tamashii Nations, Bandai. On the other side, Monsterverse again, Mothra and Rodan. And then same thing on the other side, just with a couple of promo images. Top is just Mothra and Rodan split. Again, SH Monsterverse 2019. On the back, you get quite a few lovely looks at both figures. King of Monsters, SH Monsterarts, ages 15 and up. Again, not even old enough to own these figures, but yeah. Then you got, of course, Rodan and Mothra, or Rodan and Mothra. Got some promo images that I've seen online everywhere. Mothra and Rodan, and then barcodes and stuff, and stickers and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for packaging. I do like the split look. That's really cool. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it for packaging. So yeah, I say that we get the semi-disappointing one out of the way, and that is of course Mothra. So obviously I'm kind of late to the game on these figures. This set came out last year, around Christmas time as well last year, 2019. So yeah, I'm kind of a year late on these figures, but I'm take you off the stand. I might as well get into the stand first, actually. So here are these stands. These are just regular Tamashii Nations Act 4 stands, I think they're. I have no idea what these stands are called. But yeah, these are Tamashii Nations stands. You can see the stand, the actual joint, is a separate piece, so you get this nice platform piece. And then this is a separate piece. This is the Mothra piece. So a Mothra just kind of hooks onto this on her waist, I suppose. So you just kind of clip that on, and then she can hold herself up. So you can have her flying around like that. But yeah, so this is a removable piece. Then you can swap that out with the other two Rodan pieces. So Rodan has two attachments, I suppose. So here's one, which is the grip, which is very stiff and nice. So yeah, you can clip that around his, close that around his waist. And then there's also the resting stand, which is specifically sculpted for Rodan. It is not a piece that they normally do. This is a specific resting stand for Rodan. So yeah, they actually sculpted it like the figure, so it does rest on there very nicely, and it does balance the figure. Rodan can be supported on this, and he does very confidently sit on it as well. So yeah, and it's also ball jointed as well, this one. So yeah, I'll put that back on here and get Rodan back on his stand. And yeah, so of course it's got a few joints at the base, at the midway, and then at the top as well. And they all have screw faces on them, I suppose. Don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, you can actually screw these in tighter so that the stand, so that the joints are actually tighter, which is nice. So you can adjust the tightness of the stands so that they can accurately accommodate the weight of the figure that it is supporting. So yeah, that's nice. That's always nice to see, and of course you can just plug it onto the stand, easy peasy. And Mothra again can rest on it easily without falling over. You can see, but yeah, I'm taking a closer look at Mothra now that we're done with the stands. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I get the frustration with this figure, because I suppose I should probably talk about price now. This set is way overpriced. It should not be. I think it's $110. It was $110 originally. My mom got it for like 80 or so bucks, but even that, it's still way overpriced. See, Rodan is definitely holding his own weight. I would definitely pay 50 bucks for Rodan, but this Mothra figure is no way near worth 50 bucks. Yeah, I mean, again, my mom got it for cheaper than it originally was, which I suppose is a plus on waiting a whole year. But yeah, definitely not worth 50 bucks. I mean, this figure is probably worth maybe 30, maybe at most 30. I think. I probably wouldn't pay more than that. Again, sorry if you watched the last part of the New Year's Eve special, you would know that I'm sick. But yeah, which is why I didn't make a Christmas haul video. But yeah, paint, I guess. You can see the paint isn't accurate. The wings are fairly accurate. You can see the patterning is accurate. This is accurate to the film. But the coloration isn't 100% accurate. And there are certain shots in the movie where Mothra does look like this, where she's like, orange and she's kind of glowing red a little bit. And there are shots in the movie where she does look like this. I think one shot that I definitely recall of her looking like this was whenever she had just sprayed Ghidorah's heads onto the side of that skyscraper, and then she was flying like this. She did glow like kind of red like this, or orange, I suppose. So yeah, the wings are accurate technically to the film, but only for very specific moments. You know, obviously throughout most of the film, she's mostly blue, mostly. But you can see the actual body color. This isn't accurate, really at all to the film. Obviously, her face should be white. There should be a lot more white on her. She shouldn't be this sort of autumn, like brown and orange color. You can see they did paint her eyes blue, which is nice, very metallic blue, and then they did paint her antenna, and she kind of looks a little furry. Like her wings are a little bit furry. It's not as good. The detailing is much better on the NECA Mothra, 100%, and the sorry, the paint I think is better again, but the patterning on the wings isn't as accurate as it is to this. This is again, the wings are much more accurate for the film than NECA's Mothra. But yeah. um, so yeah, I suppose that was painted detailing. So articulation on this figure, the wings, the main wings, are on ball joints. They can swivel and all that, and go upwards and downwards. I show it like this, downwards and upwards, and they do hold a pose fairly well. You know, they're fairly stiff. And then also the secondary wings, I suppose, are also on ball joints as well, so they can go all the way around as well, and everything like that. Then the main arms, I suppose, can go up and down. They are on ball joints, so they can go outwards and inwards as well. It's kind of hard to show it on camera, but both of them can do that. So yeah, and then the secondary arms are also ball jointed as well, so you can move those around and swivel them and stuff like that. So that's a one-up on the NECA. So yeah, and then of course the legs are on ball joints as well, so they can go around and stuff like that and move forward and back. And then the waist is on a ball joint, so you know you can kind of get that little, you can kind of get that you know, stabbing Rodan look and everything like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Articulation is nice, but yeah, and the sizing isn't, I don't think, as good as it is in the movie. I think that the NECA Mothra is probably better than this. I think that the one thing that this figure has one up on, again, is articulation. You know, if this figure had the accurate patterning of the wings and the articulation of this figure. Okay, so the NECA figure had the accurate patterning of the wings on this figure and the extra articulation, then that would be like the superior Mothra. That would be like the best possible Mothra. 2019 Mothra, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not mad about it. I think that I definitely like this figure a lot more than most people seem to. Um, it's not that bad. Um, you know, I mean, I'm sure that 2019 Ghidorah is worse. Um, Still really want to get that figure. I know that a lot of people don't like it because the painting is dull or whatever, but it doesn't look that bad. But yeah, so there's Mothra for you. Definitely the more disappointing of the two. But now we get to the one that I think pretty much everybody likes, and that is Rodan from 2019. And I've already gone over the base, so you can kind of know what's up with that. So I should probably get my little pocket knife out for this, because they're, yeah, I'll need it. So yeah, this figure is fantastic, I think. I mean, what to talk about? I suppose paint is probably the easiest thing to do. So yeah, paint. You can see the edges of the wings do not have the ash or fire coming off of it, which, isn't accurate to the film, but it's fine. The NECA figure already has that, and it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look as good as other people say it does. This figure, I definitely prefer over the NECA Rodan, and it's so weird because I remember thinking like the NECA Rodan was the best figure ever. But yeah, no, this figure is definitely the superior figure. I think. I do like the sort of the translucency, because the NECA's Rodan actually has like translucent red, which really gives the impression that the magma flow is going through like all the cracks in his skin, um, and everything like that, which looks really cool. But yeah, I genuinely do prefer this figure. So you can see paint is fairly basic. It's mainly just the base sort of like dull red, um, very like a deep red, which I love. Very 54, or sorry, 56 Rodan looking, which is always nice. But yeah, they did add a little bit of some dry brushing on the skin back here. It's nice. But yeah, so you can see the coloration isn't that much to talk about. I mean, they did paint the eyes, which is nice. If I can get it over to the camera, you can see it. Yeah, they painted the eyes in an orange color, and then they also have the tongue painted nice pink. You can see that. But yeah, there's some black dry brushing on it, but besides that, it's pretty much just the base color of red, which again, I'm fine with. It's a lot more simplistic, but I prefer that. The NECA figure is a lot more expressive, I suppose. But yeah, also I much prefer the articulated jaw. I mean, it can't open very wide, but I prefer it over the separate heads. Um, this figure is a lot more accurate to the NECA. A lot more accurate than the NECA Rodan. Um, yeah, there's something weird going on with my figure. So, for some reason, this swing right here is a lot less detailed than this swing. You can already see, like, this one's so much flatter. But this one's got, like, a ton of detail on it. You can even see it. Look at that. What the heck is that? And on the back, on the back of the wings, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it looks fairly consistent. But then on the inner side of the wings, like, this one's super, like, dull looking. I have no idea what's going on there. But yeah. Detail, I suppose. Again, much more accurate than the NECA figure. Very nice, very volcanic looking. Again, you can see the face. Even from this far away, you can see it's much more accurate than the NECA figure. But yeah, like the claws are nice and sharp. Kind of hard to tell, but yeah. See the fingers as well are lovely. That so nice. And you can see the tail is also actually a tail, like it's a diamond shape. Much more better looking, I suppose, than the NECA figure. Like, it's just a straight line. It just looks weird. They actually made this one look kind of more like a tail. But yeah. So articulation, I suppose. Neck ball joint system. The neck can look side to side, like that, which is nice. And of course, look forward very nicely, or up and down fairly nicely. Again, you can open the jaw, but this is about as wide as it can go. It can't open any further. Kind of sucks. And the tongue on the inside is actually a separate piece. It's actually articulated, so it's on a ball joint as well. So you can kind of get it like, maybe he just got punched or something. So he can have his tongue sticking out to the side, or something like that. But yeah, it is on a ball joint, so it is a separate piece. So you can't actually like take it out if you wanted to. Not really. Don't really know why you would want to, but you can. But yeah, that's a cool little thing. I mean, it's not gonna really affect the figure that much, but it's a nice little add-on, which is cool. The abdomen can move forward. Sorry about that. The abdomen has a system as well, so you can move fairly forward and back as well, and side to side as well. You kind of hear it creaking. The tail is on a separate joint as well, so you can go upwards and downwards and side to side. It's on a ball joint. Everything it's swivel. Legs can go in and out and up and down. So you can kind of get them in a attacking pose. That's so he's going. He's flying over to Mothra and he's gonna attack her. Maybe kind of get him like that, and the knees and the ankle and all that stuff. It's all articulated. Yeah, and then the wings, of course, are articulated, so they're on ball joints as well, so you can get them going inwards, going fairly widely outwards as well. Like that's pretty nice. And then up and down. It's very scary articulating the wings on this figure because it always feels like you're gonna break. It's gonna break off. And of course, you can swivel them as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah. But yeah. So you can actually kind of line up the wings with the body, so you can kind of line them up so that it looks like it's all one piece. If I can get it. Whenever I first got it out, I can do it flawlessly. Like it looked exactly like I'm describing it, but it's kind of hard to do it now since I messed with the articulation so much. But yeah, very nicely articulated figure. I suppose I can show you how it looks like on these stands. So here it is on the resting stand. A lot more scarier on the resting stand, but you can see he rests on it fairly nicely. This is really only for flying poses like this. But if you want to have him in a more dynamic pose, like he's going for an attack position, you can do that. So you can get him in a nice attack position, such as so. And then you can clamp this thing around his waist. Again, want to get it on there tightly, just in case. And yeah, it holds him very well. Very well. So you can, again, if you get an earthquake, if you have earthquakes near you, like this is gonna hold him fairly nicely. You can see, So yeah, and of course you can have them duking it out. But yeah, so this is pretty much. Oh, sorry, camera just froze there. We have to do comparisons. So here Rodan is next to a 3¾ human figure from Mattel, and here's Mothra compared next to the 3¼ human as well, John Hammond from Jurassic World line. So yeah, if you own a 3¼ figure, then you kind of know what to expect. This guy, they're fairly, like Rodan is a lot bigger than the NECA figure. Mothra is actually quite a bit smaller though. So yeah, I think that this Rodan, SH Monsterarts Rodan, scales better with the NECA Mothra. And then I would suppose that the SH Monsterarts Rodan and Mothra scales well with the NECA Rodan. But yeah. So I really like these figures. I love Rodan. And Mothra is also fairly nice. I think that they go well together. Again, it's not nearly worth as much as they ask for. I would definitely wait for this set to go down to like 70, probably. Um, but I think that it's definitely worth it, really just for Rodan. I mean, I do like the Mothra figure as well, but if you can really only get one figure, like if you want to buy them separately, definitely get Rodan at the very least. Very nice figure. It's very nice that they also gave you stands as well. But yeah, I mean that should come as a given because they're both flying kaiju. But yeah, or Titans, I suppose. But yeah. So that's pretty much gonna do it for this review. And I think that that's gonna conclude the New Year's Eve special. I suppose. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I, this channel now has been going on for now over 2 years. And yeah, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Not being in 2020. It's really weird because this year has really flown by. It seems like everybody's noticed how fast it's gone. It's really weird. But yeah, it's gonna be very odd getting back to normal because I do think that things are going to get better in this next year. I do actually think that because we've got vaccines going around now. We're starting to go around now. So I think that at least by the end of next year, everybody who should get a vaccine has gotten a vaccine. Like anti-vaxxers, you're in some real deep crap, buddy. But yeah, again, I do think that things will get better in this next year, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Here's to Godzilla vs. Kong, since I pretty much made this entire New Year's Eve special pretty much all Godzilla related. Didn't do any of the Jurassic stuff that I got, but yeah, it's fine. I can do that later. I can do that next year. But yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, post notifications, all that stuff. And see you guys next year. Yeah. Last buy of 2020. Bye. Yeah. Goodbye.